Hi, thank you for joining me, Wendy Anderson, justbe.me. So at the moment, these current energies, we've got the blue full supermoon that we've had 19th, 20th and 21st. It was my birthday yesterday on the 20th. Thank you very much, had a lovely time. Went swimming in the sea, absolutely, thoroughly enjoyed it, thank you. So what that meant and how it felt for us, this supermoon. So when a full moon comes in, it's heightened emotions. Great, brilliant. It feels really crunchy and uncomfortable depending on what you've got going on, or it could feel amazing depending on what you've got going on. But it's always a really good time to review, rest and review a full moon, just to have a little review and observation without judgment as to what's going on internally. Because then whatever we are creating internally, we are creating in the external. So it's a really good time to rest and review. Also, we've got Mercury in retrograde. So Mercury in retrograde means that it appears like Mercury is rotating slower around the sun than we are. So it may feel like you are slowing down in yourself, or your body wants to slow down. So you may feel unmotivated to do the things that ordinarily you would want to do. You may feel a bit more tired than usual. So it's opportunity to listen to your body, get back to your innocence and your authenticity. Listen to how you feel. So this is a really good one as well, because there was a message coming in this morning about this time is an opportunity for recoding the masculine energy within us. And that doesn't mean that your husband's going to get, an upgrade and recoded and, into, it doesn't mean that whatsoever, because we've all got masculine energy within us. So if you're hoping for that upgrade, then you shouldn't have bought a doer-upper. You should have bought the Mercedes to start with. So buy cheap and it'll cost you. You know your worth. So never get something that you think needs changing, because ultimately there is nothing broken. It's just different expressions. So can you accept, obviously, and this is another way of being as well, can we accept everything just the way it is? Can we accept the planet just the way it is? Can we accept each other just the way we are? So we're all showing up with different unique expressions right now, and that is for a purpose, so we get a 360 perspective. Can we just accept the way that things are? Wherever we can tap in and tuned into the emotion of acceptance, we create peace. So yeah, I can accept those people over there, those humans over there, for doing whatever it is that they want to do, but they're doing it over there in their corner, and that's all right, that's fine. So you may think, well, what happens if they start kind of like dragging me into it, or getting me involved? You've got choices. You've got choices. You can, and you've got a pair of legs. Thank you, grateful for my legs. You can walk away from it. So again, it's kind of like, or if I really can't walk away from something, if I'm literally in the centre of something that is not resonating with me, then it literally is kind of like, you put that great big bubble of protection around yourself, and you just hold on to that peace in the centre, in your core of your being. And that is another way of dealing with it. You are the creator in all this. So if you are in the middle of something of drama or something that is not resonating with you, are you creating it? Can I take some level of responsibility for what's going on around me? If you can, then you get to choose what you create. Am I creative? Maybe I might be creating some of this, what's going on. So how can I come back to my inner being authentically? And I no longer want to create what I am experiencing. How can I change that? And this is the beautiful, beautiful reason for Mercury in retrograde, for full moons, in that you get to feel your heightened. So Mercury is to slow you down, and the full moon is for the what emotions am I feeling. So we've got it all going on at the moment. Slowing down, rest, review, reflect without judgment, because everything, it's love in creation. Everything is created from love frequency, everything. So we've got one energy source where everything comes from, everything. All human beings come from, all planets come from, the whole universe is made up of it. So everything is made from the same frequency of love. It's just different expressions of love in order for us human beings to have an experience and learn from. So in essence, that may help accept kind of like all the things and different expressions that is going on this planet and in the universe. That is all love in creation. We all come from the same energy, which is different expressions of it. So how can I accept somebody else's different expression? Because they're made from the same energy. So where there's acceptance, there is peace. So what are we seeing a lot of at the minute on this planet? Seeing a lot of war. We're seeing a lot of conflict. And this is all reflective of the conflict within the human being. That, yeah, we've been played with. We've had our DNA played with. And this is what I'm going to come into now, the recoding of the masculine energy in the human. So what this means in this time is a recoding in the DNA. So old programs will be coming up now for men and for women that because we all hold the masculine energy. We've all got feminine and masculine energy within us. So anything that is coming up of the old masculine will be coming up right now. So any way of being that you may be over-domineering of yourself, over-domineering of another, so bullying yourself. So this could mean mind chatter, say bullying yourself into doing something that actually you didn't really want to do, or you didn't have the energy to do it, and you're just saying, come on, just get on with it now. And if you think Mercury's in retrograde and it's slowing everything down at the moment and you're trying to speed yourself up, you are literally coming away from listening to your authentic self, to your innocence, because your mind has been programmed into, right, you just got to get on with this, right, you just got to do it, right, come on, stop being daft now. So when you think about that mind chatter, it is a toxic masculine energy. And these are the programs that we've been programmed with for hundreds, potentially thousands of years. So this is the recoding of that energy. And the recoding is deeper understanding and listening to the self, to go within. Because this is going to be a reflection in a change in leadership. And when I change in leadership, I'm not saying we're going to get a red one in instead of a blue one in, or, you know, it's not that. It's a change of leadership from within each and every single one of us. So the leadership before has always been an external leadership. You've got to do this, you've got to do that. You know, the programs have been coming in externally. And that's okay. It's just an experience we've held for humanity and human beings. So, you know, can I still hold love for my oppressors? Because they've given me just an experience to learn from. It's all good, isn't it? And this is where we live in grace and gratitude, is how can I be grateful for all experiences learned, even the ones that have been really hard, because sometimes the hard ones are the best ones to learn from as well. So I've been programmed from external sources for these hundreds, thousands of years. That's great. And it's been programming my DNA. And it's been programming these certain experiences that I've had that have been quite domineering, maybe even chaotic, aggressive, even, you know, and even some beautiful, but it's all beautiful things to learn from. So war, how could we ever learn to create peace without war? We need war. We need it. We need it to experience it. What does that feel like? Well, it feels a bit crap, actually. So do you know what? How can I hold something different in my inner being? How can I hold something other than conflict and wanting to fight somebody else or war? Acceptance. Wherever there's acceptance, there is peace. Wherever there is peace, there's harmony. So these are the words that I was given this morning. I'll just read them to you. You take, and this is the thing about words. 5 different people could have 5 different meanings of these words, and that's okay. You take from it what you feel like you want to take from it. Leave what you don't. And again, this is discernment that we are learning more of to have in humanity as well. So what is it that we want to choose as creators? What is it that we want to take responsibility of? And when we take responsibility, it's discernment of taking it or leaving it, rejecting it or accepting it. And this is the power of a creator. What is it that I want to accept? What is it that I want to reject? And that's fine. But the thing is, rejection, a big program on this planet as well. You know, how many people have been going through rejection programs, and you'll have PTSD from it because there'll be so many things that are not in resonance with you. It's kind of like, can't bear that, no, I'm rejecting it. So then when you're rejecting it, you will be rejected somewhere in your experience. So, you know, you from a child, as a parent, you might have been rejected, or you may have been rejected in your relationships. So where is it that you are rejecting as well, certain circumstances? So when we're rejecting it, we are also judging it as right or wrong. And that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. That's been a 3D program. That's fine. Is judgment. And there's nothing wrong with judgment. When we're going into 5D, it just is. So when we can just see something as, well, it's neither right nor wrong, it's just an experience held in humanity, then there's a certain, and it's not to say that you're condoning certain behaviours either, but it's saying I can accept that because that human being is just having an experience. I don't have to condone what they're doing or how they are turning up. I don't have to agree with it. But can I accept it? And that's a different energy. So where there's acceptance, there's peace created. So this is another part of the decoding light codes that are coming in right now, is about acceptance. So I'll read you these words, take from it what you wish. So this is word for word what I was given this morning. So recoding of the masculine. The new codes will be for a new kind of leadership. And I wanted to put kinder in there as well. So, and basically I was in conflict as to which word to use kinder or kind of leadership. And basically what I was given is, it doesn't really matter, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So it's what energy you give a word, that's you as a creator, as it doesn't really matter what word you use as long as it's the same energy that you've got in your attention behind it. And this is the thing as well, is look for the intention in a person, not the words used, not the actions and behaviours, because it could be coming from here. It's the intention is always going to be the same from the heart. So when we are conversing with people, or we are observing others that have got a completely different perspective from ourselves, or a completely different expression to ourselves, a complete opposite expression from ourselves, can we look further from that expression, the mind expression, as to what they think they should be expressing, and look closer at the authentic heart expression? Because the authentic heart expression in every single human being will be the same resonance. It will be the same, and it's the same resonance of love, but it's just a holding a different expression of love. So yeah, can I see and honour the differences in the expression of other human beings? But also at the same time, which gives you a 360 perspective. This is the whole point of the evolution and raising consciousness, is that you get a bigger perspective than the one that we've had before. 3D, it's like looking through a letterbox. 5D, you've got a nice big window aperture, you can see more. So I'm not just holding the perspective of that person's got a right or wrong expression because it's different to mine. It's, yeah, I can still hold that, that's fine, that's a 3D perspective, it's still looking through the letterbox. But can I also hold a wider expression, or a wider perspective, that person has still got the same resonance coming from the heart, which is the same vibration frequency of love, which is the same as mine. So at the same time, when you're holding all this conflict, it is still possible to hold acceptance and peace for another individual. So it adds another layer on top. And when you think human beings, and this is the expansion of human DNA as well, from 2 strands to multiple strands, this is the point of it, that I can also hold the teachings, the learnings and whatever it is at this level 3D, but I am now I am a multi-dimensional being that can tap into multi-dimensional beingness. I can also hold 3D-ness, that's fine, but can I also, in addition, hold different dimensions in my field? Different teachings, different learnings, different energy. Yeah, and this is what we've been practicing as human beings as well over these last few years, is holding more light, is holding more energy, is holding more wisdom, is holding more dimensions that we can tap into, and bringing that energy back. So when you tap into it consciously, by literally in the stillness of the moment, in meditation or breathwork, wherever it is, you know, that opens you up, because you're really getting out of the mind, and you are getting into the energetic forces of all that there is. So when you can do that, you've got a broader perspective. So this is why I am a big advocate of taking this practice daily, because it gets you out of here and it gets you into the heart, and then you've got a bigger, wider perspective. And when you've got a bigger, wider perspective in your consciousness, in your mind, you've got this bigger heart expansion. Yeah, I can appreciate you're over there and you're creating war. Yeah, you're over there and you're hating on each other, and that's okay. I can accept that. You know, you're just holding an expression for loving creation, because your expression is still created from love in that hating. It's still made from that same frequencies, all is. And in no way you're holding it. You are holding that hate and that conflict and that war expression in order for you to be a creative being. Because once you're done with that expression, you're thinking, you know what, yeah, I've experienced this now. I've got the video and the t-shirt and the CD and everything else, and all the souvenirs from it, scars from it, wounds from it, PTSD from it. You know what I'm saying? And then you retreat. You're forced to retreat, because literally your body will tell you to retreat, because it won't be able to hold that and wield that sword or that weapon anymore. It won't be able to do it. So this is the change in masculinity. It will force you to retreat, and this is going to be in every single one of us, a force to retreat. So take that retreat. I know it's really difficult for us, because it's kind of like, well, I've got to work, I've got to pay the bills, I've got to pay the mortgage. Look what's happening in society at the moment. It's kind of like, you know, we're finally working out that, do we, you know, go there and question it. Do we? What's the worst that could ever happen? And human beings in some way will fight for their Maslow's law, which is shelter, food, warmth. That's your Maslow's law. And obviously purpose is another thing that kind of like keeps the soul living and alive in the body. So all those things are really important. All those things really are worth the fight for. The ideology, your ethics is better than mine, is that worth fighting for? Really? So I think it's the question and the rest and review is, what is it that I feel is worth fighting for? Is what I'm fighting for coming from the heart of my basic needs? Shelter, food, warmth. They're worth fighting for. Purpose. Is your purpose coming from a place of love? If it's coming from a place of love, then it will be serving you and it'll be serving others. So again, it's the question. I don't know, you're all on different journeys, and they're all so beautiful, every one of them. I don't have to condone what your journey is or what your path is right now or what you're doing on it. I don't have to do that. But can I accept you for the journey that you're holding? And I can accept you for the journey that you're holding because it gives me a 360 perspective of what it is to be human, because we're all holding a different experience. So we don't always have to be on the same path, because let's face it, this University of Earth learning, a bit dull, wouldn't it? You know, so dull. So it's an honour where you are, and where you're at is fine. So I will read you these words. The new codes will be for new kind of leadership. And like I'm saying, it's for an internal leadership, not external. So this is the change, the transformation this year. It's 2024. It's a year of transformation in all aspects. So nothing is going to be the same after this year for anybody. It's going to be very different. If this is really difficult, because I know lots of you have lost loved ones as well. So they are leaving to pave the way for the rest of us. Don't fully understand what that means yet. I'm sure I'm not meant to understand it right now, but it will unfold when it's supposed to unfold for me. So you'll get it when I get it in that one. But that's all I was given when I asked the question as to why are people leaving now to pave the way for the rest of us. Okay, so another thing that has come into my head there. People leaving this plane, lots of lovely people leaving this plane to pave the way for the rest of us. So it's to see the old oak trees in the woods fall, and they are nourishing the wood floor, putting so much beautiful nourishment. But they also are letting in light for the new growths. So that's what I was just given, letting in light for the new growths. So in essence, they were taking an old energy with them in some ways. An old energy that wasn't supported on this planet. So they took it with them. They took the old energy with them to just let in the new energy evolve and come up. So on some soul level, they held that in this contract, that they would go at the time that they went, and it's all choosing, it's all choice, it's pre-written. There may be a next leg that is going on now that their soul just may not have been able to handle, because it would all have just been maybe a little bit too much for them. That their level of acceptance may not have been there, so their level of judgment, and there's nothing wrong with judgment, it's so beautiful, but their level of judgment was too in the box, too black and white. So for whatever is going to come up in the next phase would have just literally blown their minds, would it just be too much for the soul to handle. So we only write what our soul can handle. So they may not have been ready for the next phase. And you know what? We never miss out. So there's no fear, there's no FOMO in spirit. There's no fear of missing out. If they want to learn further, then they will write themselves further learnings in different ways and expressions and opportunities. But the way that it may have unfolded here may have been a little bit too much for them. So again, it's to ease suffering. So at some soul level, the suffering was probably too great here. And on some soul level, they knew it was time. It's my time now. It's all going to get a little bit goofy. So it's my time to duck out on this one. I'm not missing out on anything because I know this from my heart space. I'll get another opportunity to experience it whenever it is that I want to experience it. So, they may go away, have a little bit of a rest in suspended animation, back to the love of source, to remember who you are, what you are, which is loved no matter what your expression is, as all of us are. Have that little bit of a break, a little bit of it, and some light workers straight back down, and you don't even have to be in a child's body anymore. You don't have to go through the incarnation process in that we once did. You can oversoul somebody, so you can still have a life expression and learn it while you are with another person. So these will only go to ascended master souls that know that there's another soul within them. You will get to know the other soul and that's okay. So you'll know where you are making your choices from as Ascended Master, but you will also carry the energy of the other soul with you as well. It may be that it's too much as well, and Ascended Master soul may duck out for a little while. Let the Oversoul have a little bit of an experience, a little bit of learning, a little bit of journeying. And then when ready, you'll swap over again. So, and at soul level and quantum level, you know, there's no crunchiness in this. It's absolutely fine. It's, you know, you've dialogued it before you've come in. You've agreed to it in all aspects. So there's nothing crunchy about it. So don't worry about your loved ones, is what I am saying. They will still have all the opportunities that everyone is having, but it will just be at their level, at their pace, in their time, because time is irrelevant. It doesn't really exist anywhere. So all I am saying is your loved ones are absolutely fine and okay. So I'm hoping that brings a lot of comfort to people that have lost loved ones at the minute, because there's just, I can't tell you how many funerals I've been to and things. It's crazy. Another one tomorrow. But in my heart, knowing this, it brings peace. So again, you know, belief systems can work against you or work for you. If your belief systems are bringing you peace, and it's bringing you peace, people, you know, other people don't have to hold the same belief system as you. This is what makes this planet unique and beautiful. But if your belief system, whatever you are creating in your belief system, helps hold love and peace for yourself and others, then it's not wrong. As long as you are in acceptance that other people can have their own belief systems, and that might be the thing that serves them. So some people might believe you dying, that's nothing. If that helps them and brings them peace, then that's fine. So yeah, when you pass, it is whatever it is that you want to create, to be honest. If you just want to go into suspended animation and just have a little bit of peace, then that is exactly, as a creator, what you will create. If you think, do you know what, I want another journey, I want to learn something different, I just want a different experience, then you will create that. So again, I hope this brings a little bit of comfort, and this is what I was given. You are a creator of all things. You are the one soul divine grid programmer. So whatever you create, and you can create it here, you can create it on other planets, you can create it anywhere, because you are everywhere and nowhere at the same time. This is how expansive we are, and this is what we are all coming into in the evolution of consciousness, is to raising exactly who you are and what you are. And in some ways, when we come into that knowingness and beingness of that, again, that brings a certain sense of peace. It's kind of like this lifetime is a grain in the sand to what is, what could be, the potentials. So I hope my words bring some comfort to somebody. If not, that's fine. You can hold your own beliefs. That's absolutely beautiful. It's fine. Improved listening. If we can listen to ourselves, we can listen to others. So a real deeper understanding of what is my heart saying, not what my head's saying. If you listen to your head, it'll just talk bullshit to you all day long, because of the programmed ways of being that we've been in for hundreds, thousands of years. You listening to your heart, however, it will always tell you the truth. So this takes feeling and emotion. So this is why we get the full moon. Full moon. What is it that I'm feeling and experiencing? Do I feel like I need to rest? Do I feel like I need to go walk in the woods? Do I feel like I need some purpose work? Do I feel like I just want to switch off and do nothing? How is it that you're feeling? And this is the thing that we've been directed away from, is the feeling. So it's back to feeling within. When we can listen to within, we can listen to others, and also hold compassion for others. So if people kind of just need a rest day to honour their authenticness, like, you know, the last 3 days, we've definitely been feeling into that, because we've had the invitation of being feeling into that, to rest, review, to pause a little bit. So it's to honour that authentic self of being able to do that. If we can listen to our hearts and not our minds, it will always be our authentic path. Again, it's the program leadership. The leadership, one leadership that we've been listening to is the one that's been in HATE program. This is where this is what I should be doing. No. If you are living from the heart now, and this is the shift. We've been living from the head, now we're living from the heart. That's the shift. And it will look completely different as to when you are living from the head. But when you're in the head, you're thinking, do you know what? My heart's directing me to go one way. My head's directing me to go another way. Again, you'll feel this in your body, because literally your muscles and sinews will start to separate from your musculoskeletal system, and you'll feel achy, you'll feel painful. So if you are on the path from your head, you may be feeling achy right now. And it may be that your head is saying, well, I need to work, I need to get some money, or I need to clean this house, or I need to do this for XYZ person because it'll make me feel better. It's false. It doesn't. Just being in the beingness and the stillness, that is the thing that will help you feel better. And then once you're re-energized, go out and do your thing for somebody else. Your responsibility is to yourself first, not another person. And I know there's a trade-off to it, but if you are aching and your body is not taking you to do those other things for that other person, then listen to your body, because you need to really listen to yourself and put some love back into yourself, whether it's nutrients, good food, different way of being, a little bit of gentle movement. Are you bullying yourself to go and do things for other people as well? You may be feeling really unenergetic right now and unmotivated, but you'll bully yourself into, because that's what you think you should be doing. Charity. Now, charity, like the phrase, begins at home, always has to. So refill your own chalice. You are the holy, beautiful grail, each and every single one of you. Fill your own cups first, fill it. So, the authentic path. One that resonates to our own tune, not one played by another. Again, this is leadership coming back into, so away from toxic masculine senses of leadership, that I need to be dominant, I need to be the hierarchy, otherwise, and there's this kind of like lizard brain as well in masculinity as well for survival, is I need to be the one on top, otherwise I'm dead. And having conversations with men about how beautiful authentic men that are actually okay to talk about how their brain is working from a real masculine sense is so beautiful to understand. So I've had the honour of such beautiful conversations. This person needs their own YouTube channel as well, by the way, the one that I'm thinking of at the moment, to put perspective into the male energy. And he does it in words that are so beautiful and so easy to understand, particularly from a female perspective. So lizard brain, survival, I need to be on top, I need to be the strongest one, I need to be the most physical one, I need to be the one here in the hierarchy system, otherwise I am gone and I am dead. Nothing is happening and it will all go to shit. Not quite. Not quite. Again, it's to come back into the beingness. Do you know what? I am the universe. So what if this human life is extinguished? I am the infinite, eternal creator being. My energy never ever dies. It just changes and evolves. That's the alchemist. So it's a false sense of security. It's a lie. It's bullshit, basically. It really is bullshit. So the truth in the knowingness of who you are helps you feel safe. You don't have to be that hierarchy, you don't have to be the one on top, and this is the whole shift in leadership, that we will be more standing side by side, because it's the lizard brain that we've so the coding, the lizard coding that human beings have been given to only 2 DNA strands of survival instead of thriving, and takes us away from our creative abilities, which thwarts our creative abilities. So if you're feeling like I'm doing kind of like 2 steps forward and 5 back, it's because of your DNA coding, but it's all being let go of. And this is why it's really important as well at the minute to rest, to allow the DNA to be recoded, to rest, reflect and allow and accept. Acceptance, there's peace, to allow the new DNA codes to come in. And that's why we need to be still in order to do it. So for those of you that have got fully expanded DNA right now, and there is some of you on the planet that are walking around with fully expanded DNA, you will be very magnetic to people or very repulsive to people. You will become like Marmite. And that's okay. Let go of the need to be loved because you are already loved in the expression that you're holding, no matter what expression that is. So if we can listen to our hearts and not our minds, it will always be our authentic path, one that resonates to our own tune, not one played by another. We become our own orchestra and our own conductor. This is the evolution of the human DNA and the evolution, resurrection and ascending in consciousness of humanity. So those are the words that I was given this morning. So can you see the evolution in that? Can you see the expansion in the DNA of that? Can you honour right now that you just need to maybe just have some downtime, just to be still in the stillness, to slow down? And this is the whole point of Mercury in retrograde, the appearance of Mercury slowing down around the sun. Can you feel your body, if you're authentic and in honouring your innocence of it, not from here and from the innocence of the heart? Can you feel that you just want to slow down right now? Just have a health day, just have a peaceful day, just slow down, accept that the new DNA codes. So these is the energy that I wanted to share with each and every one of you. And even if you're female, you've got yin and yang in your body. You've got the masculine within you as well. So where is it that your masculine energy may be bullying you to do whatever it is that you want to do? I've got to do the housework today. Look at all my cobwebs. Look at all my dust. Look at, I need to get the Hoover going. There's nothing wrong with any of those things, because if you live in a nice house, you'll feel nice. If you live in a cleansed state, cleansed body. But right now you may not be energetically viable for it, because we just need to be receiving these light codes coming in. The hoovering away, don't worry about it. This only lasts a couple of days. It's temporary, so honour the temporariness of it. And then once you have accepted and recoded, you know what, then get into whatever it is. Your motivation will come back, or your energy will come back to do whatever it is that you need to do. But literally just it's only a couple of days. It's 19th, 20th and 21st, that's it. If you need a little bit of an extra day, then take an extra day. Honour whatever it is that you've got going on. So enjoy the last day of this energy and take time for yourself. Slow down, fill your holy grail, fill the cup, and remember how amazing you are, each and every one of you, in all the expressions that you are. All the chaos on the planet is reflections of our creation, is reflection of the manipulation of the recoding of the human DNA to bring us away from our creative abilities to 2 strands and not multiple DNA strands. But that's okay. It gave us an experience. It gave us an experience in slavery. So what is the opposite to slavery? Freedom. You've got the freedom of the mind, freedom of the body, freedom to create, and that is the beauty of the decoding of the DNA right now in the human being. So wherever you've been has been an experience in order to create the exact opposite. Oppression. Love your oppressors, because love your oppressors, because they have given you an experience, a creation that you've been in agreement to co-create, in order for you now to create freedom. So freedom is a state of mind. It's a way of beingness. It's not something that somebody else chooses for you. So kind of like, it doesn't matter who's in government right now. It doesn't matter who's at the leadership, who's at the end of that leadership chain that you feel like you need to yank. It really, really doesn't matter, because that's the shift and transference of the self-leadership. Where is it that I can set myself free? And the way I can set myself free is here, out of the mind and into the heart. That's how we set ourselves free. And we take the time to recode our DNA, switch off, be still, meditate, breath work. Even if you've never tried it before and I think, I don't know what she's talking about. Do you know what? There's loads of YouTube videos for free. And it's just literally, you focus on the breath out, you focus on the breath in. Everyone can breathe. So when people go, oh, I can't meditate, it's just your monkey mind and your bullshit that you're telling yourself. Every single body, 3-year-olds can meditate. Animals meditate. You know, like when you see them find a little bit of a sunspot in the house, what do? You know, it's the middle of the day, they curl up and they go to sleep. It's another form of meditation for that animal, because they are more authentic to their basic needs than human beings are, because we're living from the bullshit up here rather than the truth, which is here. So take a leaf out of the animal kingdom, find a little sunspot, curl up and just be, and let everything else go out of the mind. Free yourself, free your soul. So I hope that helps this morning, my little share, because then whenever I'm creating these videos and sharing, I don't get to wake up at 4 o'clock in the middle of the night, because I'm not channeling, because I'm receiving energy in, I'm receiving messages in, and I need an outlet for them. So these beautiful videos are my outlet for me, created for me, so I don't have to wake up at 4 in the morning. And if somebody gets something beautiful from this share, then that's added value. Take from it what you want. So enjoy this last day of the full moon energy. Enjoy, even though it feels crunchy, of this time in Mercury in retrograde, to slow down, let go. If you've got, so there'll be certain symptoms as well coming up right now. So vertigo, maybe a big one right now, and it will slow you down, because literally what does vertigo do? You're feeling that dizzy, it just puts you on your back. You've no other choice. You've got to be still. So it's literally let go, be still. So if you've got symptoms right now, honour those symptoms. They're beautiful. Your body is giving you a message to action something. If you are aching, slow down, be still. If you've got vertigo, slow down, be still. For me, it was coming up in left ovary for some reason, and fallopian tube. Again, the stillness just will allow your body to heal everything. Get out your own way. Yeah, do the nutrients. Yeah, eat right. Yeah, get plenty of sleep and rest. Do all the other things as well, but just literally get out your own way. Just stillness. Leave my love with you, everyone, and remember who you are. Infinite beings. This is a grain of sand. Don't take it too seriously. Anything that you feel like you have to do, is that the bullshit again? What is it that your body is telling you that you need to do for yourself today? Love you all. Masculine, female energy, honour all of it, because you need both for creating in the light and the dark. If you are only creating from male energy, only creating from female energy, you're just creating in the dark. We need the light and we need the dark. Where is it that we can weave our light in amongst the dark, which is the dark sky at night? It's dark, but there's beautiful light in the stars. It's all beautiful and all created from the same energy of love. Take that with you. Love you all. Bye.